It's a quiet Kyoto afternoon. Wabi Sabi, a cat with fur like spilled ink on rice paper, lounges by the shoji screen as sunlight filters in. Visitors from far away ask her owner, "What does Wabi Sabi mean?" The master pauses, his voice almost a whisper. "That's hard to explain." "But why? What secret is wrapped in this simple name?" Wabi Sabi sets off on a curious journey, not across grand landscapes, but deep into the poetic heart of imperfection. What she discovers will transform the way you see ordinary things forever. Names usually come with a story, but Wabi Sabi's name baffles even her owner. This mystery pushes her to uncover a world hidden in plain sight. Wabi Sabi, the little cat in a peaceful Kyoto home, had always taken her name for granted. But when friends visiting from another land hear it, they ask her owner what it means. The master's answer, a soft, elusive that's hard to explain. That moment ignites Wabi Sabi's journey, not to find an answer in words but through feeling and seeing. And she soon discovers that this name is a door, not a definition. Imagine holding a teacup passed down for generations. Its glaze cracked, colors faded, yet somehow it feels warmer, richer, more alive than any new cup. That's Wabi Sabi. Like that cup, this philosophy celebrates the beauty that emerges from wear, age, and imperfection. It's not flashy or perfect. It's humble and sincere. Wabi Sabi invites you to see the world as a canvas of quiet stories, painted with time's gentle brush. The magic of Wabi Sabi is in its subtle invitation. Look closely, and beauty reveals itself in cracks, shadows, and the simple rustle of an old paper screen. Wabi Sabi teaches us that imperfections aren't flaws, they're the fingerprints of life itself. When Wabi Sabi the cat learns this secret, she sees her own patchy fur and crooked tail not as mistakes, but as marks of unique charm and history, and that changes everything. Wabi Sabi's quest leads her from grand ideas to the quiet corners of everyday life. The question, how can simplicity show us more than extravagance? On a stroll through a Kyoto garden, Wabi Sabi pauses at a maple leaf, not flashy red but soft, faded orange, curling gently at the edges. It's not a leaf meant for a display case. Yet somehow, watching it drift down is like witnessing an unspoken poem. This leaf isn't trying to impress. It's quietly beautiful, telling the story of seasons and patience in the same breath. Think of simplicity like a soft-spoken friend in a crowded room. They don't compete for attention with flashy clothes or loud stories, but instead offer a meaningful glance or a thoughtful word. Wabi Sabi proposes that true beauty and depth come from what's essential, the gentle whispers in your life, not the overwhelming noise. It's about clearing space, physically and mentally, to appreciate what really matters. When you embrace simplicity like Wabi Sabi, you start to notice how clutter clouds your vision, both in your home and your head. Stripping down to basics frees you to savor moments and details you might have missed, like the texture of an old wood floor or the way light dances on worn paper. Simplicity doesn't mean emptiness. It means making room for what's meaningful, turning everyday life into a quiet masterpiece. Wabi Sabi's story flips the usual idea. Imperfection isn't broken, it's whole in its own way. But how does that shape what beauty means? One of Kyoto's hidden treasures is kintsugi, the art of repairing broken pottery with golden lacquer. Rather than hiding damage, the cracks glow with gold, turning scars into treasures. Wabi Sabi watches a potter seal a shattered tea bowl, making it more beautiful than before. This isn't just repair. It's a celebration of history and resilience, inviting us to find value in what's been broken and mended. Imperfections aren't failures. They're memoirs written on objects and people. Like a weather-beaten door with peeling paint, or a well-loved book with frayed pages, each flaw reflects time's passage and lived experiences. Wabi Sabi shows us that true beauty isn't about hiding these stories but cherishing them. the invisible threads that connect us to the past and to each other. Completeness isn't about finishing perfectly. Wabi Sabi's quiet insight flips that idea. To be whole is to be real, flawed, and ever-changing. Like Wabi Sabi the cat's patchy fur, being imperfect isn't lacking, it's complete in its own right. This realization frees us from chasing impossible ideals, inviting a gentler, more compassionate view of ourselves and the world around us. Wabi Sabi learns that the loudest truths come wrapped in silence. In stillness, you catch glimpses of life's delicate beauty. In a quiet room, Wabi Sabi listens to the faint hum of rice paper sliding over wooden frames. It's a sound so subtle you might miss it, but it holds a secret pulse of life. This hum isn't noise, it's the breath of tradition, patience, and simplicity combined. It reminds her, and us, that in the stillest moments the world speaks its deepest truths. Life isn't always about big events or grand statements. Often it's the everyday rhythms, coffee cooling, footsteps on gravel, rain tapping on leaves, that write the poetry of our days. Wabi Sabi invites you to find comfort and awe in these steady patterns. Like the heart's steady beat, ordinary rhythms ground us, anchoring beauty in the here and now. Mindfulness, in the spirit of Wabi Sabi, is the art of slowing down enough to notice. By paying attention to the delicate, imperfect present moment, like a cracked stone path or a fading shadow on tatami mats, you develop a habit of seeing with new eyes. This transforms your relationship with life's ordinary moments, turning them into daily meditations of gratitude and wonder. After wandering Kyoto and learning from broken bowls and falling leaves, Wabi Sabi uncovers a truth that changes everything about how you see the world. At journey's end, Wabi Sabi realizes beauty doesn't flash bright like fireworks. It glows softly like paper lanterns at dusk. It's found not in flawless shine, but in things touched by time and love. From faded wooden bridges to ragged cat whiskers, the world's quiet imperfections pulse with life. This discovery rewires how Wabi Sabi, and you, perceive beauty forever. Every moment is fragile and fleeting, like cherry blossoms falling one by one. Instead of fearing loss or change, Wabi Sabi invites you to savor this transience as part of life's design. When you embrace the temporary, you're freer to live fully, appreciating fragile things before they vanish, and valuing the present as a precious gift rather than a problem to fix. The final gift. Look at yourself with Wabi Sabi eyes. Your quirks, your scars, your patchy edges. They're not defects but a unique signature of your story. When you accept your own imperfect wholeness, you open space for kindness, creativity, and real connection. Wabi Sabi's journey proves that the most profound beauty lies not in being perfect, but in being real. Remember that first moment, the quiet Kyoto afternoon when the question about Wabi Sabi first landed. What seemed like a mystery is actually an invitation to find beauty in the worn, the quiet, the ordinary. Next time you hold a chipped mug or watch a fading sunset, try seeing it through Wabi Sabi's eyes, not perfect, but alive and full of stories. This small shift turns ordinary days into subtle masterpieces. Go ahead, embrace the imperfect. Your world just got a little more profound. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.